Okay, here goes Jerry. That means I have to bowl now.
Anybody better than him?
Okay, so 1 second. This week I actually did the unexpected. I brought the Reign Supreme. From what I understand, that's a strong layout. Last year, when I brought this ball at the beginning of the year, I absolutely could not control the back end with it. It was impossible. I couldn't throw it hard enough for, I don't throw it that hard, as we all know. So I brought it. I'll tell you exactly my reasoning for doing what I'm reading. Not that nobody cares, but as time goes on, I'll talk.
Rob, you need a break, right? So cold ice. Most importantly, now, my other comparison, that makes me feel a little better. See, that's the other thing about my team. I got hurt with running back. Me and my wife, my one team guy, same thing.
Oh, I may have been speaking to nobody for a long time there, which is highly intelligent. So, good.
Pick this guy up, play the game, and make this trade. I mean, that's a good trade. Not right now, dude. But that's my. Not right now. These things be wrong with you. That's the other thing as I look at for like next week. I'm hard on the same team, but I'm already looking at if we can get past them this week, then I have him playing against the Bears next week.
See, since I'm tired and since I'm stupid, I have no idea. I talked a lot. You probably, it's probably good for you that you. I don't know if you saw it or not, and because I turned it off instead of on. Basically, very quickly, played the A game for a few weeks. I played the barometer game for a few weeks. Sometimes were good, sometimes it was bad. I played with the wrist thing on for a couple weeks there, and good and bad. But the one thing I didn't do, as I said before, I didn't bring the Reign Supreme like I'm using tonight. And I said I would a few times, and I just didn't do it. So tonight, the combination, because I'm tired, is I'm playing the A game with the Reign Supreme, and I'm trying to get reacquainted with it. Split. Wait a minute. Or washout. I'll get my terms correct eventually. So, just got to get my speed consistent and get into the lane a little bit more. Just another spare. Just another shot where I didn't push the ball to the right. I tugged the ball up. However, if I want to give myself a slight break on it, I'm using fingertip and I'm not used to doing that. So I'm going to give it a few more frames. See if I can work this out. All right, there's a three bagger. So anyway, what I think I missed when I turned the computer off instead of on, I want to play whatever game I have on the day that I'm here. I'm not going to just throw the ball one way all the time anymore. I tried it. It was okay. It wasn't great. It's never going to be perfect. If I'm, like I said before, if I'm really tired, I'm not going to put the wrist support on and throw the ball hard. Because I have to throw the ball harder when I put that wrist support on. It just doesn't work for me. So I just got to try to gauge how I feel on a certain day. Today I'm tired. I want to try this Reign Supreme a little bit, and I actually have a really good shot playing my A game. I just have to just get myself back to making good shots with this ball. Oh boy, this ball has such a late reaction to it. That was interesting.
If I swing you G's, I get a thumbs up sign from my receiver every time. Oh, you got that dumb fuck up there. This is a short catch. You would think they put somebody else to help him out. What is he doing out there? You know, pathetic. They should give him no. They should give him bench.
You talk about being consistent and hitting the pocket in the same spot twice in a row. So this ball seems... Well, I actually did move deeper on the lane than what I was first thinking of doing. Let me keep with it a little bit and see.
That's what we played before. He got hurt up there.
Alright, let's go from almost 710 to 710 to ring 10.
How we doing in terms of what we doing today?
Wow, that was an interesting 179. The first 10 pin was absolutely identical to the 10 pin in the 9th frame. Then I moved my feet a half a board right from there, and I lift almost like a half 10. I mean, I think this ball is just a little too late. I mean, it's just not. It's still trying to get trying to get into the roll as it goes through the pins. Won't go through the pins right. All right, in keeping with the attitude that I stated earlier, and being flexible, I have nothing to lose.
Also, they voted to the bowl over there. Wait. Oh yeah. That side of the So you saw how.
In other words, you just get the money back as a team. Not because. Well, I know that. As a team. That's what I would know. I know it's just team. Okay, so we can't get team.
I don't know. I moved a little left with my feet. I pitched it right farther than I wanted to. Because, of course, number one, I'm not used to wearing this. And number two, I'm not really not used to wearing it with a fingertip ball. I mean, that's a matter of years there. And I mean multiple years. So, but the ball did face up in a different way, that's for sure.
Put your iron hand on it.
Yeah, that is so unorthodox for my game. When you see me crossing 7 million boards, never.
I want to see the Cirque du Soleil maneuver in downtown Disney. Nice, good. Those girls in school, you ever saw that when they got to school? They show them up there. They're all in the same bed. You ever see that?
Well, it's a different entry angle, I'll say that. All right, I'll go into a story about this thing here. Many years ago, at Harbor Lanes, the old Harbor Lanes. Of course, I used to keep my stuff in a locker back then. Very convenient. I had another wrist thing similar to this, with the finger extension. The finger extension. Oh, Brian. Oh dear, ring 10. And people anywhere, the open bolt or whatever, had access to the locker key. Well, one week the wrist brace went missing, and I was quite upset. Even though you're using the locker at your own risk, but it just isn't right. Wow, that's unusual. We missed it. my friend, Tim Kramer, sometime later that week, without me even knowing it, went and bought this thing for me. So you know it's a long time ago now. I'll never forget that, by the way. He went out and bought that for me. Just and wouldn't accept money for it. It's just amazing. Okay, so fast forward a few years to where we were bowling at Dino's and Harbor. One year. For about a year and a half, 2 years. My other friend, Jim Kramer. It's a Jim Kramer story now. Jim Kramer was having a lot of trouble with his wrist. I offered him to let him use this, Exhibit A, and he used it for 1 to 2 years, whatever. And after the wrist got better, he stopped using it, and he offered it back to me. Do you want to still keep it? And I was like, okay, I'll still keep it. So this thing has more memories and more emotional feelings attached to it than you would think. 2 Kramers, 1 wrist device. God bless them.
Having by 1 pin.
What?
All right. So all of a sudden, I got a wide open pocket with this thing on. So continue.
So, what's up?
They're playing with 20 yards from the last one because he can't throw any further. So they got everything like it's you're in the 20-yard, you're in the red, they're playing right in the red zone. And what do they do in the red zone?
They gave us a post yesterday.
Yeah, well, they should.
Well, yeah.
They should on fourth and short.
That's okay. I know you probably didn't see that shot, but it was another very light shaker. And you know what? As long as I'm striking, I'm not moving my feet. That was so light. It could have been almost a bucket, but they all went down. Also, I will make one more comment. Mark, the guy that runs the lanes now, it's interesting because he was talking to himself after practice and after the first couple of frames. He was actually talking to himself. I can't believe they're hooking this much. He was just like really confused about it. So it leads me to believe that they're trying to do the lanes the same, because that's just a reaction that I just saw it, just the way in his demeanor, and so I don't know. I was wondering if maybe their maintenance schedule is like on like a 2 or a 3 week schedule where maybe they strip the whole lane or something. Maybe they have a tournament shot on Sundays and there's some leftover lane memory from that on Mondays sometimes. I don't know. I don't know the answer, but it's interesting.
Carried the ball once, 3 yards. I got hurt. I played.
Oh, he just didn't play because he didn't have anything.
Once, 3 yards, and he hurt his ankle.
I saw it when he was hurt, so I just thought he didn't play.
He did.
You know, as soon as I didn't post the shot and just stick the landing and pulled it like a board or two, I really feared the 10 pin, and there it was.
My core is all the same. It's just a little tinkering. Like when I lost.
Alright, now I can officially move my feet off that spot. I've been wanting to move, but I've kept striking light, so I wouldn't move. Earlier I talked about not wanting to throw the wrist device on my wrist if I'm tired. And I am tired today, but, however, I've moved my feet farther left than I've ever thrown in this house before. And so therefore, I'm not throwing it that hard at all. So, oh, another 10 pin. So, a lot of 10 pins across the house tonight, by the way. And other leaves. High pot game in the first game, 228, which was not that high. So anyway, I'm sort of getting away with it because I don't have to throw the ball that hard. I'm doing it with angle tonight. Other weeks I might have to play closer to the dry area. Tonight I don't seem to have to. All right.
That's what happened.
So I move my feet a little smidge to the right. Hard 10 pin there, man. It's funny because the first game I was playing, basically what I would call a game designed for wood lanes, and now I'm playing a game that's basically designed for synthetics, as far as I'm concerned. And so far, bowling on synthetics with a synthetic type of delivery, doing a little better. Yeah, those pins know who's throwing the ball. They need to stand up. It's another identical ring 10. Then I moved a little farther right and squared up and left a weak 10. So I am not sure. I am just not sure. You know, normally I want to get higher into the pocket and move right. If I keep moving right, I'm going to get into the weeds too quick and I'm just going to go high. I'm thinking about moving back left and throwing it slower. Alright, so I shot 233 the second game with a lot of 9 counts at the end. It's going to take a shot, move back left and throw it slower. 228 won the first game. Let's see how 233 does.
That's all.
I knew it was time for my weekly stone 7. It's just a matter of time. So I fell off balance a little bit again. I didn't post a shot. Ball went right to high flush pocket. Yeah.
ballers, I'd just like to say that University Lanes is raffling off a 15-pound cyclone ball. It's $5 for 3 tickets. If interested, please come up to the counter and purchase them. Thank you.
Holy moly, I moved even a little farther left and I threw it even slower. Just an absolute ring 10.
I don't know. I'll make sure I go.
This is what drives me insane.
See, the league I'm in with the guy from Buffalo, this league about I went. And most of them seem to know anybody because everybody's team has something to do with Dolphins. I'm a Viking and a Dolphin guy, you know. But
Imagine that. I actually got a strike. Crimes happen. I stole something. Maybe I'll get caught. Alright, I either gotta be light or very high flush and flirt with a stone 7 or a stone 9. Because anything in between has been leaving hard tendencies. I wish I was wrong, but that's what. Let's watch Brian. Yeah, this is why I shouldn't have a strong layout. Be throwing a strong, very strong layout ball with my particular track, because this is what I've run into for years and years. Anything with a lot of weights in the ball, a lot of load up on the back end. This is what happens to me. I know better.
there you go.
I just missed slightly to the right that time. Of course, down the lane, the ball gets even farther to the right. If I miss a little right in the heads, and the ball breaks loose on the back end. It's a miracle I won the pop. $11. $11 is $233. See, the scores are low tonight.
Full on 9.
There we go. I sprayed the ball right again. You know, I like the idea of bringing this ball, but the practicality, I don't know. I shot 230, but I mean, it was a disguised 270 that 233 game. And it's just too much angle for me. So I don't know what I'm going to end up doing, but I got to think. Well, what I want to do, maybe after the first of the year, is get something drilled axis weight, so that I get an early turn and then set to the pocket, which is basically what. And the more I spin axis weight, the better it reacts for me. That's the whole thing about it, because I retain a little more energy for the back end, where axis weight wants to roll early, very simple and early. That's what I want to do. So let's see if I do that after the first of the year sometime. And yeah, it's this ball here. I mean, I really like this ball, but you see what it does for me. Well, I dialed this wrist thing down a notch just to see what would happen. And what happened was pretty much got lucky.
Oh, what a kick! What a kick!
That was a gift. Alright, this one here, I had it on the three. It's now on the two. The three is more like this, and the two is more like straight. So let's see if that does anything. I also move my feet a little farther back towards the right.
They're out. They're out. They get the ball at the of Chicago. Complete the pass at their own three. And the Bears just had a 3 and out and cut it. So we're at the third. That was 11 yards. It's worth 2.1 points to me. That's all I care.
Oh wow, that's a shot. Kind of the hit where my carry is so good normally. That was a freak shot. I'll tell you something. Dialing dial-a-prayer back a notch. It's given me a little different look here that I actually kind of like. 3 frames ago, I was thinking about not even bringing this ball next week. Now I'm like, it's looking pretty decent. Let's see what happens in the 10th frame. I still want to keep my feet slightly more to the right from where I am, and see if I can learn something. 223, 635. Not much score-wise because of the first game, but I'll tell you something. Now I definitely have to bring this ball back. Changing the wrist device thing definitely flattened out my back end reaction. that 10 pin there I deserve. You know, I have no problem with that 10 pin, the flat 10 pin there. So now it's like I learned something. Now I want to come back with this ball next week. If I so determine I'm going to use it. And if I so determine I'm going to use a wrist brace, you know. Alright, so let's wrap it up because we're going to get out of here. We bowled the vacants tonight. Yes, we have 7 teams again this year at this point. This can't win. And that's about it. See how I feel about things next week. And I'm just going to play it by ear. I'm not going to predetermine anything. It's just stupid for me with the way I bowl. Alright. Good night.